Hello guys, my name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report with Alpari. So on today's meeting, which will last 40 minutes, I will tell you what's going on the markets, and we will try to look and find some decent setups on the market, on commodities, on currencies, and on indexes. Obviously, first we will start with fundamentals. What happened? Well, today we do have a busy day. We already had interest rate decision from Japan and Eurozone. We are waiting for the press conference in Eurozone. Apart from that, yesterday evening we had this tax plan from Donald Trump, which I told you about yesterday. But it came kind of disappointing. It was exactly as expected, but we didn't get any details. And the thing is that, because it came on one sheet of paper, right? So we didn't get any details. And it will be all about voting in Congress, if it will be accepted by the whole government or not. Apart from that, also interesting information about NAFTA trade agreement in North America, because we had rumors that Donald Trump is thinking about abandoning NAFTA, or at least changing deals with Canada and Mexico, and overnight Canadian dollar and Mexican peso lost value a little bit, but it was denied. Donald Trump said that he's not planning to abandon NAFTA, but maybe they will meet and discuss some changes, but which should be beneficial for all countries, not only United States. So now Canadian dollar and Mexican peso are back again on the market with some gains. So we had Donald Trump tax plan, we had NAFTA agreement. Apart from that, we also do have Deutsche Bank, which is declining today sharply, which is also affecting stocks. Especially DAX. And apart from that, let me show you the calendar. Interesting thing happened on oil yesterday. What happened on oil yesterday? We got as you can see here, EIA crude oil data. Stock exchange, and it came better for the oil, so we saw a massive decline, twice as big as expected, more than twice as big, but it didn't help oil much. We saw a spike at the very beginning, but after that the price of the oil went significantly lower. What we had today was an interest rate decision from Japan, interest rate decision from Eurozone, which stayed the same, but ECB told that it stays the same, but they are ready to increase, to widen a QE program if data will show that it's needed. So it's kind of a bearish statement, that's kind of a dovish statement, that they thinking about extending QE if data will be worse than expected. But still we have to wait for the press conference from Mario Draghi. We will see if he will say anything significant or it will be a boring conference as usually is. Apart from that, 26 minutes to durable goods orders in United States, and 2 hours to pending home sales data from United States. And Friday won't be so eventful. We will have GDP from United States, and also another important data for oil. So Let me show you the charts. Right now we will start with currencies. Maybe, okay, we can start with euro dollar. As you can see, this statement, this dovish statement, caused euro to go down. But not so significantly. It looks much better on euro to British pound, but because of the fact that British pound is very strong. But to sum up with euro dollar, as long as we stay above the yellow horizontal support, the sentiment is positive, and we should see the price advancing. Higher. But in the same time, there is a bullish gap, and we all know that gaps like to be closed. So, in my opinion, again, euro dollar is not tradable at the moment. I think there are much more instruments. We have much more instruments that are very interesting in terms of trading. You don't have to focus on the most popular one if there is no clear signal on the market, and in my opinion there is no clear signal on the market on euro dollar. It's much better on euro to British pound, where the sentiment is now negative. In the long term, look what's happening in the long term. We got this breakout of the lower line of the symmetric triangle. We got a breakout of the trend line as well, which caused a massive downswing, but in the same time we had this reaction on the French election, so the euro went up. But here the gap closing movement is much stronger than on euro dollar, because price was kept relatively high for the first 3 days. But you can see that at the end of yesterday, at the end of Wednesday, and today the price is declining sharply. And actually we went below the trend line. We went below the lower line of the symmetric triangle. So the sentiment is rather negative, and we are on a good way to close the gap. Right? Look, here is not Fibonacci. I don't want Fibonacci. I want rectangle. Here is a nice support here, which was broken, and we are on a good way to close the gap to that place. We do have 70 pips, and that's a very probable scenario that the price will decline there sharply. Why I am telling you that there is a high probability? Because British pound is very strong. And let me show you a cable. You know that we are mostly bullish on the British pound for a long time, since the new year. I think we posted that on our newsletter, yearly newsletter, that British pound should be stronger. And it's happening. We had this flat correction after the speech from Theresa May about the earlier election. This correction was very flat, which is showing the bullish strength of the market. Yesterday we had a breakout attempt. It wasn't a complete breakout, but it created a very positive situation. The price went higher. We had another attempt today, successful. We made new highs. Everything looks positive on the cable. Everything looks bullish, and we are ready for another upswing. The closest support is here, 1.2840. The next one is 1.2775. I think it's we can remove this one. We all know that it's there. There's one here. There is another one here. Yes, that will be much better. Now I'm showing you instruments which I was talking about on the Trading Sniper. So the next one on our short market videos. The next one is Australian dollar to American dollar, where the price is declining and is making new yearly lows, actually yearly lows, because as you can see, maybe not yearly, but because the year started here, but we just made the lowest levels since 16th of January. So we're on a good way to make yearly lows. The price broke this important horizontal support, this labeled highlighted with the red color, with the green color. And what is important that after the breakout, this level was already used as a support, as a resistance straight away. So you can see a breakout of the support, then it's used as a resistance, and now the price is advancing lower. It's going higher. That is a typical price action move. That's a strong price action setup, one of the price action principles, that broken support becomes a resistance. So we shouldn't be surprised that it's happening here right now. So the sentiment on this instrument, on Australian dollar to American dollar, is bearish. A New Zealand dollar to American dollar, I told you about yearly lows. I meant on Kiwi. Here on this instrument, as you can see, we broke important support here. Here we have lows from 2017. We broke that. We used the recent support as a resistance. Here, what was that support? It was this black line connecting yearly higher lows. Okay. We also broke the trend line here. So the breakout of those two lines creates us a negative sentiment, creates us a sell signal. We also had this horizontal support, but it's under the pressure, and right now it looks like it's gonna be broken. And the price, the closest resistance, the closest support for the price is 200 pips lower. It is here. So there are high chances that the price will get there, and we will have a nice trading opportunity here. So cable, positive sentiment, Australian dollar to American dollar, negative, Kiwi, negative. Here, euro to British pound, also negative. Euro dollar, as always, hard to tell, not my favorite. On euro to Japanese yen on a daily chart, very interesting situation, because on a daily chart, obviously we had a spike. Also the spike was even stronger than on other instruments because it's against safe haven asset, against Japanese yen. So we had a huge optimism. And safe haven assets were losing heavily. So we have a combination of both, of strong euro and weak safe haven, and weak sentiment for safe haven assets. But yesterday the price created a shooting star. Today we do also have a shooting star as well. And it's not a coincidence that it happens here. It's a resistance created by recent lower highs, by the line connecting recent lower highs. It gives us a negative sentiment here, even despite the fact that we had a huge upswing. It looks like a legitimate place for a bounce. Maybe not a trend reversal, but at least an invitation for a bearish correction, right? Two shooting stars on such an important resistance are good trading signals to go. Now euro to Australian dollar. Here, positive scenario all way long after this false breakout. Monday positive because there was this opening gap. Then a positive Tuesday because the price made higher highs and higher lows. Positive Wednesday as well. And on Thursday we also do have higher highs and higher lows. That's a combination again of strong euro and a weak Australian dollar. It's a good place for a reversal, but we will see if it will happen. So far we don't have enough signals. This is a dodgy candlestick. It's not a strong reversal signal at all alone. When it's present alone, it's not enough to go short. American dollar to Swiss franc is unfortunately locked in a midterm sideways trend. Not much to do here, not very interesting setup. But I'm waiting. That's why I didn't remove this from my platform, because I'm waiting here for a breakout. I'm waiting for a breakout of the upper line of this flag formation, because it would create a strong buy signal. Gold bounced from this support that we told you yesterday. We labeled that with yellow color. This support was a combination of horizontal support and a midterm uptrend line, right? And we said that there is a possibility that the price will bounce here, and that's what happened overnight. At the end of the European session, at the end of the American session, the price went significantly higher, and that created a nice daily candle. But today the price is retracing this movement, is denying this movement. If we will see the price below yesterday's lows, that will be a negative signal, and that will be actually a trading signal to go short. Silver already has a short signal. Why is that? Because we broke the last important support, the dynamic support connecting the bottom of the head and the bottom of the right shoulder. We got a breakout of this support. It was used as a resistance. I would say it should be like that. The drop is very strong. Actually, we should see a correction, but so far we don't have signs for it. It's just from the common sense, right? But sometimes you shouldn't use common sense when trading. You should just trading based on trading signals, not on your common sense. Yes, despite the fact that I'm optimist on precious metals in the long term, I don't see a buy signal here on silver. I don't see a buy signal on gold. So I guess it means something that even despite the fact that I'm positive in the long term, I do not see a buy signal. Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar here. Positive scenario continues. After the breakout here, we do have a nice situation here. The price retraced a little bit, but is still advancing higher. I think we do have a position here on Australian dollar to New Zealand dollar. Obviously long position, because that would be stupid if I would tell you that there is a bullish situation here and I would have a short position by myself. In our live trading program, we do have a long position here. I'm gonna show that on Friday and on our stationary seminars in Nigeria and in May, because we're going there. It's a nice trading setup, nice trading opportunity. Again, why is that? Flag is a trend continuation pattern. Trend was positive. We bounced. We came back above the horizontal support here. We came back above the downtrend line. So it's all good. It's all positive. We do have few positive, actually 4 buy signals here. First one is from the horizontal support. Second one is from the trend line. The second one is from the trend line, horizontal support, flag, and a false breakout here. Okay, so it looks all right. British pound to Canadian dollar. After this bullish engulfing on a weekly chart, we are advancing higher. Look at that, only positive days. That's a daily chart. Pretty impressive, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 bullish days in a row. We are about to break this resistance. I told you that it's a nice place to take profit, but as you can see, buyers do not want to take profits too early. They just want to go higher and higher, and I'm not surprised about that because British pound is very strong and it's how it should be done. But anyway, they should take profits. Well, obviously trends can be longer than you think, and they only reverse once. But I'm not talking about reversal. I'm just talking about the possibility of take profit action. Maybe it will happen soon. But the sentiment is positive all way long. American dollar to Polish zloty. How many pips do I miss to 4,500 bearish impulse? 4,200. Still 300 pips. I'm waiting for the price to get there, create a bullish reversal pattern, and I will be all good with entering long position here. If I would see the same bearish impulse, and at the end of this impulse I would see a bullish reversal pattern, I would be very, very happy with that. Euro to New Zealand dollar, again a combination of a strong currency and a weak currency. Euro is this one strong, supported by the technical setup, left shoulder, head and the right shoulder. Here you have a breakout of a neckline. And the price goes to the horizontal support. That's also a good opportunity to take profits, but the price does not want to take profit. It seems that the price wants to advance higher and higher and higher. Fair enough, that's what the trend is. After the inverse head and shoulder formation and breakout of a trend line, downtrend line here, that's what the trend is. Okay, the trend is positive. Well, that's long term, right? From 2009. If you look here, that's the beginning of an uptrend. So this uptrend is not yet experienced and old. It's a young uptrend, which is always good for traders. American dollar to Japanese yen bounced from this horizontal resistance, almost correction equality here. Actually, if we would like to make it better here, sorry, here. All right. How many pips? We miss 16 pips for a correction equality movement. Maybe we'll try second time and we'll see a double bottom formation here and a decline. Sentiment is rather negative here on American dollar to Japanese yen. Now let me turn, okay, let me wrap that up. Here, negative sentiment but no buy signal, positive sentiment. I would be afraid to go long on such high levels. I would prefer to wait for a correction. Here, negative sentiment with a sell signal, a positive sentiment, but I would be afraid to enter the market with a long position here on such high levels. Positive sentiment and a buy signal, negative sentiment and a sell signal, neutral sentiment, no trading signal. Now we can move to indexes. That's a shooting star on the horizontal resistance on stocks, but on such a market you do not get, it won't be so easy to catch a top. It will be actually very hard to do that with such a strength on the market, all-time highs and bubble on some markets, on some indexes. It will be very hard to catch it up, and most probably it's not the top that everybody's waiting for, and this resistance will be broken. On DAX, I told you that DAX is under the pressure with the Deutsche Bank, but what's that pressure? That's not the strongest pressure you can imagine, is it? It would be nice to see a correction to this horizontal support. Sentiment is definitely positive. I cannot see any signs of a possible reversal here. It looks promising, it looks optimistic. That's just a typical uptrend. That's just a typical situation of a strong uptrend. We should not discuss with that. If you're a bear, but two kinds of people, right? Buyers who will buy it anyway, and bears who want to sell it. But if you're a bear and you want to sell it, I would wait. There are no signs that we will have a reversal. So it's not a time for bears to enter the market. It's time for them to wait patiently. It's time for them to look for reversal signals. So far, we do not have those reversal signals. So we should just wait and see. Simple as that. And WTI, beautiful. Nice breakout of the horizontal support, and we do have lower lows. We broke this support, we broke this support, made it a resistance here and here. Here we have a reaction from yesterday's data, positive, but it was declined sharply. Then you just see that this breakout happened recently, last hour. Horizontal support was broken. Maybe we will have a test of this as the closest resistance. Sentiment is negative on oil. Everything is going according to the plan. What plan, you may ask? Well, this plan that we are talking for some time, that the price of the oil should go down. And the price of the oil is going down. Most probable scenario is test of this support and this horizontal support here. Watch on this support, because you can see that there was a demand here. We do have a triple bottom formation with long tails. It's a sign that there is a strength here, that there is a positive sentiment here, and we may be seeing there is a possibility of a reversal here, of a bullish reversal. Okay, last but not least, I would like to show you this Mexican peso, because it was kind of a big story. We got an upswing. American dollar was stronger, Mexican peso was weaker due to those speculations that Donald Trump wants to abandon NAFTA. But then it was denied, and Mexican peso is strong again. From the technical point of view, we broke the downtrend trend line. Well, we bounced from those lows before Donald Trump was elected as a president. So you can see that a few days ago it wasn't so hard. Donald Trump wasn't so bad for Mexicans. Well, at least how the market perceive it. But the sentiment stays negative. They didn't even retrace 23.6 of the recent downswing. So it's all good for the sellers. We are below the trend line. We stopped the correction. So everything looks right for the short side of the market. When trading, remember guys, trading and investment in financial markets involves an element of risk. Do not forget about that. If you want more trading occasions, but it's hard to get more trading occasions than on our daily analytical report, but if you want to get a real data 24/7, follow us on Twitter. When we see something, we post it. So daily analytical report you have every day at fixed hour. But if you want to have good trading occasions 24/7, follow us on our Twitter account and our website as well, alpari.news. Thanks very much and see you tomorrow.